Hey Wales, good morning. Happy Tuesdays, March 11th pre-market. Let's review and break down Tesla for today. It's been an amazing last 24 hours. We've had a lot of volatility, a lot of crazy price action. So yeah, I'm super excited to review this with you. All right, so with that said, let's go over Tesla, guys. So in terms of my last videos, you know my sentiment. You know that right now we had this uptrend, and right now we're breaking down the triple correction, right, guys? We have a WXY in red, XZ wave coming down, and finally putting in this sort of last leg, ABC, before a potential rally or a relief rally, right? That's what I like to call it. And these areas, anything in this blue area, right, between 250 down to 180, especially if you're a long-term investor, guys, if you're a long-term investor, in my opinion, these are the times to start accumulating Tesla's shares slowly, right? You can do it in tranches. You can do it all in one go. Who really cares? Because at the end of the day, I do have Tesla going up to $520 as well as $1,000, $2,000 in the long term, right? So we just got to get through sort of these shorter time periods. But in my opinion, if you're a long-term investor, no need to worry at all. This is a time to actually go in rather than panic selling, okay, in my opinion. Secondly, now coming from the mindset of a trader like I am, I do care about the short-term time movements, right? I do care about what's going on the intraday level so I can, make sure I'm on pulse of the market. So for me, this area, the blue area, is a good contender for a bottom here. Now, I don't know, right? I don't know if this is the current bottom or if we go lower or even lower. Who knows, guys? Who knows, right? All I can know is that there's specific inflection points within price action that makes sense, right? And what I'm seeing right now is that we're seeing a lot of bullish divergence starting to form, right? We're oversold on the daily. We're getting some bullish divergence on the 1 hour time frames. 4 hours deeply oversold, but the divergences are getting erased, right? So there is some pressure coming from the sellers here, right? Now, I also want to take a look at from an overarching view on a monthly time frame, right? We want to see sort of zoomed out what the heck is happening. So you can see that Tesla price action, in terms of the monthly candles, the price is coming down to very interesting levels here on top of the monthly moving averages, guys. You can see that typically these moving averages on the monthly time frame has provided amazing support on Tesla in the past. And anywhere between like 200 down to like 170 is where the price is on the moving averages. So who knows? Tesla can actually reach down here, find support, and ultimately get a bigger relief rally as well. Right? You can also see as well that on the trend line here, starting from all the way back in 2019, right, there's also a trend line. So you have all of this confluence right here on the trend line, on the moving averages, and then guess what? If you take the Fibonacci retracement levels from the very beginning of Tesla all the way to the very top of Tesla, this is the 618 level, guys. This is the golden ratio. So there's huge confluence right here at 188 down to 173 that Tesla can get a pretty good support and bounce here, guys. Okay, so we're very close. We're very close. It can front run the algos, right? Price can pop up even before it gets down here, right? Or it can swing a little bit lower, get some liquidity, and then come back up. Who knows, right? Who knows? But I'm just saying, overall, this area, if you're a long-term investor, these are the times to not be selling, in my opinion. Okay. Now, another thing I want to take a look at is that on the S&P 500, right, guys, on the S&P 500, you can see that if I take a look at the moving average as well, this is the weekly time frame. We're getting close to the weekly moving averages as well. This is an area that makes sense for potential support in the past. Okay, you can see that we last time we reached down here, we bounced right off it. So again, it's, in my opinion, this is not the time to be bearish, right? This is the time to sort of layer your buys in tranches and start, getting some exposure into the market. Same thing with the MAGs, guys. If you take a look at the MAGs ETF, right, this is the Magnificent Seven. So it holds Amazon, Meta, Tesla, nvda, et cetera. You can see right now, if I take the latest pivot points from this wave here, we're at the 618. Okay, so this is a pretty interesting level for a bounce. And then if I also take some levels from the very bottom to the top here, there's also a 618 level golden ratio down here as well. That's confluent. Okay, so how should you play this? Well, in my opinion, if you want exposure into the markets, you can buy in tranches, like I mentioned. So layered, right? So you can do these, the first tranche of buys here, the second tranche here. Okay, this is how you layer your buys, just like how smart money does it. And then there's one more sort of pivot here that I like. Okay, you can do a layered 3 tranche here. So if you want to deploy capital and you've been holding out and you've been playing it safe, these are the tranches that I would go for, because at any moment, right, the mags can bounce off and we'll never see it lower again for a while, right? So 3 tranches, that's sort of my sort of suggestion, right, that you can do. And also for the Dow Jones, if you take a look, we're also at the extremes here, the 1-to-1. So in my opinion, this is not a time to be bearish. This is time to go shopping now, right? You have sort of a channel forming, and this could actually turn into a flag before we go up. Okay, so the Dow's looking good. The S&P starting to come down to some levels that make sense. However, there is still a monthly level that's pretty deep. Okay, there's still, so that's why I said you should layer your buys in tranches, guys, like this. Okay, sort of similar to the Mag 7s, right? So you want to time it with the S&P, you want to time it with the Mags, right? And then for Tesla here, what I'm looking at, again, I'm still waiting patiently. I'm not buying yet, right? Because we are still in a downtrend, guys. You can see that we're still in a downtrend here. So if Tesla does bottom, right, and we get this sort of catalyst, I want Tesla to start coming out, breaking out, retest, and then shoot for consolidation, and then finally push up, okay? And what I'll be doing is I'll be buying the dip here and here. Anything under this trend line, guys, is still in a downtrend, guys, right? There's no point for me in trying to time a bottom. I'm waiting to see higher highs and higher lows, right? So just being patient, just being patient. Until then, I'm in other stocks. I'm getting ready to go into other trades that are uptrending. So I'm waiting patiently on Tesla. Let's see. These are great levels if you're a long-term investor. Keep a lookout for the monthly levels as well, right? And keep a lookout for sort of layered tranches across the max. Keep a lookout for the monthly level on the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones here, okay? Talk to you guys soon. Have a great rest of your day.